Hello everyone, you're watching Simply Vegetarian from Anjita's Kitchen Corner, and more cakes here, but with a difference. Multi-layered, soft and covered with a whipped cream icing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment and subscribe if you haven't yet. So welcome and let's begin. First, the vanilla sponge cake, and the dry ingredients are 300 grams all-purpose flour, 4 grams soda bicarbonate, 7 grams baking powder, 3 grams salt and 12 grams corn flour. Mix, sift and keep aside. Then comes the wet ingredients: 365 grams whole milk, 10 grams vinegar. Mix to curdle and add sugar, 168 grams. Let the sugar dissolve completely, and vanilla essence 1 tablespoon. And the last two ingredients added are 55 grams butter, which to be melted, and 56 grams oil, and here I used canola oil. In a bowl, poured together melted butter, oil and the milk mixture. Then added the dry ingredients in 3 batches, slowly combining with the wet. Not supposed to beat the batter too long, and at the same time making it lump free. If you are thinking of dumping all the flour at once into the liquid, you might end up with lots of lumps in the batter. Then to get rid of them, you might beat the batter too long, which will give you a dense cake with lots of holes in it. Divided the batter into 3 6-inch cake tins, which I had greased and lined with baking paper. Few taps on the kitchen counter to remove air bubbles. Had preheated the oven for 10 minutes. Bake them as per my oven at 190 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. You may bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 40 to 45 minutes. Meanwhile, prepare the icing with whipping cream, but this one is 31%, whereas I was looking for 34 to 35% fat content for stability. So what I did for a stable cream, that will show you later. Now the cream taken here is 300 milliliter along with regular sugar 35 grams, and as for the vanilla, I had around half a teaspoon powdered vanilla left, so I used this. You may add liquid vanilla instead or skip this ingredient if you want your whipping cream plain. Whip them for around 3 minutes on medium, scraping the sides in between. Then I added this 36 grams whipped topping mix, which is a dairy-free kind of milk powder with low calorie than whipping cream, and this was a magic ingredient in the making of this stable whipping cream. And as you can see, this is the perfect whipped cream that could be used for crumb coat and flowers in a cake. After adding the powder, I continued whipping for another 8 to 10 minutes, after which I covered and kept this cream in the refrigerator and used when required. By then, the cakes were well baked. I had kept them in the tin for about 5 minutes before I demold them, and here it is. Now out of 3 tins, 2 were placed at the back of the oven. As a result, the crusts were dark brown, whereas this one was baked at the front and so looked paler than the other 2. I let them sit on the rack until cool enough for icing. Then I cut them into 6 thin equal layers. And for a soft sponge cake, wanted to get rid of the outer crust, but I didn't have a cake ring, so I used this pressure cooker stand, which was a perfect size for this cake. Now time to assemble the cake. The whipped cream is stiff enough for icing. Then pasting a little bit on the cake stand that will act as a glue, and in place of sugar syrup, I used plain drinking water to soak the cake. Then applied a thin layer of cream on top of each one. This was the 6th and the last one, which I placed inverted upside down as it had a smooth finish and was easier to cream. Dabbing large blobs of cream on top will smoothen out all the way down. Also, the fact that this whipped cream was very smooth and light to work with. With the help of this scraper, give a smooth finish. Level the top flat, which I forgot to show from the top angle, and then I let this cake sit in the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes. In this leftover whipped cream, added a drop of red natural food color for a blush of pink. Finally, decorated the cake with an open star nozzle. Again, added few drops of moss green color in the same cream for the leaves. And here's something to show. I smudged the cream here with my finger while decorating and tried to smooth out, but this happened. So I just left as it is, cause trying to mend it further will only spoil the whole decoration. And here it goes. This was my 6-layered spongy light vanilla cake with whipped cream icing, perfect for any celebration. Now look at these spongy layers. It was very soft, light, less sugary, but more creamy. Enjoy the cake and thanks for watching.